from accessing the areas. Kelly Boss, KTN.
Now, scenes of chaos rocked parts of central Kenya today as Sabasaba demonstrations took a new disturbing turn. Unlike previous protests that were organized and led by vocal activists, today's demos were hijacked by rowdy youth who targeted businesses and innocent civilians. In some towns, journalists covering the events were not spared either. Our reporter Clement Masombo now brings us the details from the central Kenya region.
What was meant to be peaceful picketing in parts of central Kenya quickly degenerated into lawlessness as groups of unruly youth took over Sabasaba demonstrations in Nyeri, Karatina, Kabati, Meru, and other towns. In Nyeri town, the situation turned violent after a handful of shops were broken into and looted in broad daylight. Traders could only watch helplessly as goons ran off with their merchandise. In Karatina town, transport along the Nyeri-Nairobi highway was paralyzed for the better part of the day as youth lit bonfires and blocked the roads. It took the intervention of police officers to clear all the barricades that had been set up by the protesters. In Kabati town, Murang'a County, the county supermarket was broken into and property of unknown value carted away. Police officers deployed in the area were overwhelmed as the protests lacked any clear leadership or coordination, making it difficult to contain the unrests. Unlike previous demonstrations, where chants and demands were conveyed through public address systems led by non-activists, today's demos lacked any structure. As a result, journalists became target of the violence.
They've spoiled some of our machines, and what we would like to ask the protesters is that let it be peaceful. Don't ruin people's businesses. Don't attack people. Let's protect our lives. Let's protect what we have, and everything is going to be okay.
They saw me standing hapo nyuma, and then they came running to me. When Kamau saw they are now on my case, Kamau came and shielded me. Now that's when they started stoning Kamau. But then again, we managed to run. We managed to run to Kaingia kwa Chochoro, and that's how we escaped from them.
In Nyeri town, journalists covering the chaos were attacked. James Maina, a cameraman with the Royal Media Services, and his colleague Kamau Mwangi were assaulted and their camera destroyed. Standard Media's Moses Sami and Wahungugi of MediaMax Limited also suffered similar attacks.
Before we could even understand what was going on, tayari one of my colleagues alikuwa ashawekwa chini ambaye ni Wahu, and ile pilka ya kujaribu kumwokoa, that is how they landed on me na stones, blows.
And we are very worried because this is a new trend that is forming where journalists are directly targeted by people posing as peaceful demonstrators. We are saying that if this continues as it has started, then we are afraid that people will not have the right to get information of what is happening on the ground.
As calm slowly returns to some of these towns, the main question remains who was behind the chaos and what was the agenda. To many here, what was witnessed today was not a protest, it was pure lawlessness. Clement Masombo, KTN, Nyeri County.
From central Kenya, let's